Hello? Am I audible? Hello? 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 Am I audible? Hello? Good evening all. Myself Pooja K Rajeev and I'm penetration testing training at BCBUZZ Technologies. And today my topic is network penetration testing deep dive. As for today, I'm only going to take theoretical basic because for getting into practical like hands-on, we need to know basic and we need to have basic knowledge and a strong foundation about what is network penetration testing, what are the types, and what are the tools we are using, what are the protocols, everything. So let's start with the. Before that, I will go with some certifications of organizations, BCBUZZ Technologies Private Limited, and we can start. What is network penetration testing? Network penetration testing is like we are, in simple ways, it is like we are hiring a good hacker, an ethical hacker, to test your company's network security. These ethical hackers will try to attack your system in the same way like a real cyber criminals would do. Similar way, they will try to attack your system. They check your computers, servers, firewalls, and network settings to find if there is any weaknesses, like such as any outdated software, any weak passwords, open ports, any wrong configurations, anything. And the main goal is to discover and to fix these type of security problems before that any real attackers could find it. So this can help the organizations to improve its security and also to protect important data from being stolen or misused. Why performing network penetration testing? Yeah, the main point is like protect important data. We know that data is like there are millions tons of data in our world. In each and everything each and every data we are storing. So data is very important thing. So protecting data, penetration testers help to find any security weakness, so that hackers cannot steal or damage sensitive informations, like we can say customer data, financial records, medical data, internal files, anything, whatever it is. And the next point is to follow industry rules, like we are following HIPAA, PCI-DSS, GDPR. These are like payment card based, health based, general data. So these data, the many industries require regular security testing to meet these kind of standards, like these GDPR, everything. So the penetration testers, they will help the organizations to stay compliant, and also it will help to avoid penalties. The third point is to check if current security is working properly, which means it shows that whether firewall, other like any antiviruses, monitoring tools, and some kind of other kind of security measures are they actually protecting the network the way they should. These all will coming under network penetration testing to perform. Why we are performing network penetration testing? And also to find any hidden files, hidden vulnerabilities. We used to do some automated scans. Maybe that scans cannot find some vulnerabilities, but when penetration tester, they are manually checking the system to discover deeper into these issues. Using that manual tools, they can find some vulnerabilities which we can't find using any automated tools. And also to see how strong the organization is against real attacks, like it provides a real world view of how easily an attacker could break in, and what damages they could do, so that the company can improve its defense mechanism. The core techniques in network penetration testing. The main is one is network mapping and discovery. This is the first step, where testers scan the network, where they scan the network to see what devices what devices are connected, like any servers, computers, routers, and any open ports are there, whatever it is. And it's like what to say, creating a map of everything which is available in on an internet, on a network. We can say the example, like when we are finding which systems are alive and what services they are running. So uh, we are mapping that service, like FTP, if any FTP, like file transfer protocol, SSH, RDP, is like anything is there, so it will help to find it. Next one is vulnerability identification. After mapping the network, testers check for its weaknesses. Like they look for things like any outdated software, missing security patches, and weak settings, or non security flaws. Anything is there, they will look for it. Like a server running an old version of Windows. If a server is running an old version of Windows that has a known vulnerability, it can identify that. Then the third one is exploitation. It is a step where testers they will try to actually break into the system, by using the weakness which they found in vulnerability identification. So they test like how far an attacker could go if they used the same vulnerability. Like if we are using a weak password or an unprotected port or anything to get access to a that organization server, anything like that. Then the next and the fourth one is post exploitation. Once access is gained, then the they will investigate what an attacker could do next, what what they can do as a next step after the exploitation. So they check if they can stay inside the system, or they can access the sensitive files, or gain higher privileges, etc. Like getting any admin access, uh, reading any confidential data, or moving to other system side of the network, and whatever it is. So next one is external versus internal penetration testing. What is external and what is internal penetration? What are the difference between? Okay, in the case of external penetration testing, this is done from an outside your, when you are in an organization, this external penetration testing will be done outside the organization, just like a real hacker on the internet. Like mostly it is simulates like someone attacking from the internet, or no side access, no login, no internal information, anything, and they are attacking. Mainly they are focusing on publicly available website, publicly available servers, the firewalls, etc. And also like routers, any system that can expose to the internet. The main purpose of external penetration testing is to check whether a hacker from outside can break in through any publicly available system. That's main purpose of external penetration testing. And when it comes to internal penetration testing, this test is more done from inside the network. Like what it simulates, it's like an attacker who already got inside the network, already have access through the inside network, like we can say any access code, like any malicious employee, an attacker who broke in through any phishing or malware or any stolen credentials, anything like that. They are mostly focusing on internal servers and in workstations, share file shares, like some internal applications, network segmentations. Then most like maybe mostly will be privilege escalation path they used to gain access. The purpose is like to check how much damage someone inside the network can do. An employee inside a network, inside an organization, how much damage someone inside the network can do, and how, like how far they can go. This will be coming under internal penetration testing. We can go somewhat deep into in external network penetration testing. In web servers, like web servers host website and web applications, and also they are open to the internet so that users can access them. Because of that reason, because they are publicly visible, attackers will often try to find weaknesses there so that they can gain access. If anything, you can open in a browser like a website, lives on any web servers, and hackers will try to break into it because it's public. And next one is cloud endpoint. Cloud endpoint, it is like these are services or some applications running in cloud platforms like AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, everything. They are access through the internet using kind of URLs, APIs, everything. You can say like some kind of examples like AWS EC2 virtual server, Azure web application, Google Cloud API, etc. It's like cloud endpoints are online services stores in cloud. So if they are not secured properly, that means attackers can access them from anywhere. VPN gateway. VPN allow employees to securely access internal system from home or remote location. The VPN login page is exposed to the internet. These are coming under external network penetration testing. It means like if a VPN is like a secure door, it's like a secure door into a company network. If attackers they guess or steal that password, so they can enter the internal network easily. Firewalls and DMs. DMs will demilitarized zone. The firewall, as we all know, firewall, what filter is allowed in and out of the network. Like DMZ, it is demilitarized zone. It's like a safe middle area where the public facing systems like websites, which are kept separately from the internet network. What is it? A firewall is like a security guard controlling who enters the network. Who are entering the network, they are controlling the security guard who is controlling that. A DMZ is a separate area where public serves public servers stay. So even if they are hacked, the internal network stays safe. The final one is email servers. Email servers manages all companies' mails. So since they are connected to the internet for sending and receiving emails, so that they are targeted frequently. Then email servers they are like machines that handles all the one in an organization, all the company emails. So attackers try to break in, or they will send fake emails through phishing or anything like that. Internal network penetration testing. In internal network penetration testing, LAN, WAN, everything, inside threat. As we know, employees in an organization like that, inside threat is when someone inside the organization becomes a security, becomes the part of that security risk. It could be any employees, contractors, or otherwise someone who already have access to systems and data, anything. Because they already have legitimate access, so they don't need to hack it. They can what to say, they can misuse their access so that they can get into easily. Don't No need of hacking there. uh, like an insider threat is like when someone inside the company become the attacker. Compromised employee system. This happens when an attacker takes control of an employee's personal or organization, employee's laptop or computer. Employees that their organization, in that organization, one company have given them their company laptop. If it happens when an attacker take control over that laptop or system, this can occur through, as we told, phishing attacks, um, mm, malware attacks, fake downloads, or any kind of unsafe websites, everything. Once the attacker controls the system, so that after that they can move inside the network of inside that organization network. So stealing files, access internal applications, launch any attacks, anything. What to say in that, if an employee's laptop gets hacked, the attacker can enter the company network through that laptop. The third one is stolen laptop scenario. Okay, can go with a scenario. It's a physical security threat. If an attacker steals or find a lost laptop that belongs to an employee, they may try to bypass the laptop password. They may access saved passwords or emails. They can connect to the corporate network if the VPN is auto login is enabled in that system. This all gives them a direct path into internal system. Pentesting testing approaches: black, white, and gray box. Black box testing, that in that the testers has zero information about the system or about what they are going to test. They don't have any idea. In black box testing, they don't have any credentials, no network diagrams, no internal details. These approaches simulates a real hacker attacking from the outside. As a penetration tester, they have black box, white box, and gray box testing. When we are doing a black box testing, it is like a real hacker attacking from an outside, because they don't have any details, any credentials, any network data, nothing, and also with no prior access or anything. So the testers start blindly, just like a real external attack. White box testing. In this, the tester is given full information about the system. This include architecture details, source code, credentials, IPs, and configuration details, everything. This simulates an internal employee or trusted partner who knows everything. So the tester can see everything inside the system, and they can test it deeply. When it comes to gray box testing, the tester gets limited or partial knowledge of the system. It's like a mixture of white and black box testing. We can say basic login access, limited documentation. They have some limitations, some internal details, not everything, every full details, or not like nothing they have. They have something but limited. This simulates an attacker who has gained limited access or a semi-trusted insiders, like that, which means the tester has some information but not full access, like mix of black and white box. External network penetration testing. In external network penetration testing, real world example, we can say initial reconnaissance, like information gathering. In the Whenever we are doing a penetration testing, the first stage will be information gathering. When we are getting a website, we will gather all the information regarding that, and the information gathering will be two types: active and passive information gathering. That we will go through it again, like what ports are open. Like if I'm an ethical hacker, so I can scan the company's public IPs to see what ports are open, what services are running, what information is publicly available. During the scan, they will that we can discover that if there is any outdated web servers, a misconfigured firewalls are there. There are any potential entries. There are potential entries there, points for attacks. If there are any potential entry points, like for outsiders, for an hacker to attack, if there is any chances for them to attack. It's like simply means like if testers check what is visible from the internet and find weak spots in the company's external system. It is like initial reconnaissance phase. Exploitation. The after getting informations, the in the exploitation phase, the tester use the vulnerability in the outdated web server to get into the organization or into the system. They also take advantages, like if the firewall any firewall misconfiguration which blocked them, which should have blocked them, but they will try to do it, like but didn't. Like they will also take advantage of the firewall misconfiguration, so that the where the IP address when they are giving, maybe they can block them, but using this kind of things, they will enter into that network. This allows them to gain initial access and enter a section of the internet network. It's like by using these weaknesses, the attackers found that the tester break into when the tester, like if I am the one who is finding these weaknesses, try to break into the internal network, just like the real attackers would do. In post exploitation and reporting, after getting inside, the testers try to see like how far they can move inside that network, which is known as lateral movement. Once they are getting access to one system inside that network, then they will try to access all the systems around it. Then what sensitive informations they can access, and whether that data can be stolen. It will be coming in a data exfiltration. Then they, after getting these all knowledge, they will prepare a detailed report explaining what vulnerabilities they found, how they exploited, how they gained access to that, what risk are exist, uh, what steps the company must take to fix them, everything. So they show the possible damage an attacker could cause. Then they will give a clear report to help the company to patch that issues. Why standards matters in network penetration testing? Uh, the main first point is consistency and thoroughness. Like the standards make sure that every test is done in a structured and complete way, not partially or not incomplete. Everything complete run in a proper, structured, and complete way. This means that no important steps are missed. Every test follows a same level of quality. The results are reliable and repeatable. So the standards ensure that each test is done properly and professionally each and every time. And clear communication. They provide a common language for everyone involved: testers, management, the auditors, and the clients, whoever involved, common language, so that not only testers or technical team, all the normal persons can understand that clearly. This make this make it easy to explain what was tested, how it was tested, what are the results mean of everything. They help everyone to understand the process clearly without any kind of confusion. Adaptability and compliance. These standards involve a match match new cyber threats. It evolved to match new cyber threats and new legal requirements. Like they help organizations stay compliant with the regulations, that are they following the complaints, are they, what are the standards, what are the complaints regulations, stay in that regulation, stay in that complaints, so that the data whatever they have, that will be stored securely. There will be trust will be built up. Keep security testing aligned with the modern attack techniques, and maintaining strong and updated defense, everything. These standards helps organizations to stay secure and also to follow required laws and best practices. Key penetration testing standards overview. We can go through some standards. PTES, penetration testing execution standard. Mostly when we are doing a network penetration testing, mostly we used to follow this standard. So it has a step-by-step standard, so that we can came to know, did we skip any steps, are we going in an order, everything. So PTS, penetration testing execution standard. In PTS standard, it provides a clear and step-by-step framework for performing penetration testing. In the standard, we will see in this first one is pre-engagement interaction. In pre-engagement interaction, it will define the scope, role of engagement, legal permissions, the timeline, the objective, everything will be coming under pre-engagement interaction. It's like interaction between the client and the who are the person who is testing, the client and the owner who belongs to. And Yeah, the intelligence gathering is the next step. Intelligence, as we told, information gathering, reconnaissance phase. It is like collect information about the target, like OSINT, open source intelligence, network information, domain information, IPs, if there is any subdomains are there, if any APIs are there, the technologies, everything will be information, all the information will be gathering in intelligence gathering. Then threat modeling, it will be coming under blue teaming. So mostly when we are doing a penetration, we used to in threat modeling it will be identify assets, threats, any kind of threats will in if any vulnerability occurs, if any kind of threats will come, attack surfaces, prioritize the targets based on the risk, high level, severity level, like high, medium, low, basics. They will prioritize the risk. Vulnerability analysis. Discover vulnerabilities using scanners and manual techniques. There are some automated scanning tools and also manual tools. We used to test both in automated way and manual testing for finding, analyzing the vulnerabilities. What all we vulnerabilities got, we will use to analyze that vulnerabilities, and after analyzing the vulnerability only, we will coming to exploit that vulnerability. Actively exploit discovered vulnerability to gain access or escalate the privilege. As we told before, exploitation, gaining, trying to exploit the vulnerability so that they can gain access or they can escalate the privilege. If admin privilege, uh, employees, they have any admin privilege, user privilege, they can try to escalate it. Then after that, post exploitation, they will assess impact, the data access, lateral moments, the persistence, and the business risk. They will assess that impacts in post exploitation. After that, the reporting stage, they will be like delivering clear, actionable findings, uh, documenting the findings, evidence, risk rate, and they will give that proof of concept and remediations, what are the recommendations, everything. In simple meaning, PTS is a complete guide that explains how to perform a penetration test from start to finish. And after that, OWASP, Open Web Application Security Project. In OWASP, it will be focusing mainly on web application security. It's well known for OWASP top 10 highly highlights the most critical security risk in web application. And that is like in 2025, the new OWASP top 10 released. Before the 2021, it last before last it was released. Then they will till that 4 years they will find the main, what are the main and most happened vulnerabilities, most happened uh, security issues will be listing from top 1 to 10. So OWASP provides a guideline to help find and fix web application related vulnerabilities. Other important standards are NIST SP 800-115. It is like a technical guide for conducting security testing and assessment. Then OSSTMM, Open Source Security Testing Methodology Manual. It is a scientific detailed methodology which is for testing the security of network, the systems, and also security of people. Then PCI as we told, payment card industry data security standard. It record it is required for organizations which they are handling credit card data. It will ensure strong security controls for protecting payment informations. Network scanning tools, mapping the attack surface. Network scanning tools means checking a network to see which systems are alive, which ports are open, what kind of services are running, where security weaknesses might exist. Like we can think of it like a like checking all doors, and we used to check all doors and windows of a building to see which are which are open or weak, so that outsiders, any attacks or outside anything couldn't come in there. Nmap, network mapper, what it does is like helps to find devices and open ports on a network. In simple words, it used to say, it tells you what systems are there, what services are running, find open port. It helps to find open ports like 22, which is SSH. 80 will be coming under HTTP port number, HTTPS 443, these kind of port. I mean, there are so much other than this. Detect OS and detect OS, which OS it is running, it any Windows or Linux, what it is. And also it will it will show running services, like which services are running. There are some kind of Apache, FTPS, FTPSSH, and so it will be showing which kind of services are running. After that, we can know what is Nessus. It is like Nessus scan is a type of knowing the vulnerability. Nessus is when once we run install it, we run it and logging it to, and we are getting to a Nessus platform. That page, in that we can do an automated scan. So when we are keeping our IP address and doing the scan, it will show us what security problems exist, like if any outdated software, missing security patches, any weak configuration. Like why Nessus is important is like it is used by professionals. They will the Nessus itself, once it completed the scan, it gives a report which states the severity level, the critical, high, medium, low. Based on that severity level, what the vulnerabilities they will prioritize based on the severity level, and we will be taking actions based on that. Then OpenWAS. OpenWAS is also like an open source vulnerability scanning tool. It is similar as Nessus. In simple words, it's like a free tool which finds security weaknesses in system. It is also an similar to Nessus. It's we are using Pari, whatever it is, we can give the command for based on that, and we can open it in a web browser, and it will be when once we are giving the URL, IP address or anything, it will scan it automatically, and it will say similar to that. It will be finding also is there any vulnerabilities are exist. It will list the vulnerabilities, what are the vulnerabilities, like detects vulnerability services. It will find misconfigurations, generate automated reports. And also why OpenWAS is important. It is a free alternative to Nessus. Nessus is a paid version, but in the case of OpenWAS, it is a free, and it's good for training purpose, for lab purpose, and also for learning purpose. OpenWAS will be more suitable. And there are SAP proxy. This will also coming under network scanning tools. It will Similar to these, it will also, when we are giving the URL and when we are running, there are web scan, network scan, all scans will be there. When we are running it, it will run it and it will find what the vulnerabilities, if any vulnerabilities are exist. It will list the vulnerabilities based on its severity level, as critical, high, medium, low, and how many number count, how many number of vulnerabilities they found, everything. Nmap is like developed by God and Leon in 1997. Nmap not just for a network scanning. Nmap in advance, there are script commands, everything. Nmap we can use for exploitation based also, but mostly for getting a information about the website, the ports, port number, everything, what services, version, or OS, everything we can use Nmap scan. Exploitation and post-exploitation framework. After finding the vulnerabilities, the next step is use them safely. Like an ethical hacker, they will, with the permission, they will use that vulnerability safely to see how much damage an attacker could really do. As perspective of an attacker, an illegal hacker, like outside, an attacker outside, the tester will see how much damage that hacker could really do. So we will the tester will think based on perspective of them, and we will try to exploit, so that we can see that how that attacker will be trying to exploit, what are the data they will be getting, how they are gaining access, privilege escalation, what are they doing, how they will be doing everything. These stage answers us some questions like, if someone breaks in, what can they actually access or control? If an attacker is breaking into the system, what all data, what all privileges they can access, and how can they control it, everything. Then Metasploit framework. What is it? For exploitation, mostly we are using Metasploit framework. Inside the Metasploit, when we are Metasploit, we are running MSF console. Once we are running the Metasploit, inside the Metasploit itself, we can do Nmap scan. So Metasploit is it's a powerful tool that helps security testers to safely attack vulnerable system. It helps us, the security testers to attack the vulnerability system securely and safely to test their security. It is like toolbox full of testing. It's like toolbox full of tested attack methods. Like what? When we are coming into exploitation, the Metasploit will be using uses known vulnerabilities. There are so many common vulnerabilities will be there, like click jacking, privilege escalation, information, data disclosure, outdated components. There are so many known vulnerability, CSRF, SSRF, like that. So using users, there are users known vulnerabilities to gain access to the system. So Metasploit, what Metasploit does is they uses the vulnerabilities, known vulnerabilities, to gain access to a system. So after that, they can open a remote shell or session inside that Metasploit. When we are doing properly the meter session, inside that they can open a remote shell or session. In that they can try to exploit it. If like we can say as an example, if a server has an old or vulnerable services, so Metasploit can exploit that weakness, and it gives the tester access like an attacker would. Once we are exploiting and gaining access, exploiting that weakness, and it will give a test that how an attacker could gain the access, could get the access. Similar to that, the tester would be able to gain the access. And post exploitation, what happens after the access? Once inside the metasploit, help test how far an attacker could go. So, privilege escalation. It is like moving from a normal user to admin or root access. When we are entering as a normal user and getting the privilege escalation and moving to the admin access, gaining admin access or the root access. So like if user access is there, they are getting administration access by privilege escalation. Then persistence. Staying, it is like staying inside the system even after reboot. Like example, we can say like creating a hidden backdoor. They are creating a hidden backdoor so that they will stay inside the system after completing everything. After rebooting also, they will stay inside the system and they will use that hidden backdoor to gain access if they need in future. Adding startups task like that. So then it will be third one, data access and exfiltration. Checking what sensitive data can be accessed or stolen. Like examples, we can say like reading password files, accessing database, downloading credential files. Everything will be coming under that. Why metasploit is important? It simulates real-world hacker attacks, and also it will help an organization to understand the actual business impacts. And also it will support not only manual, support both automated and manual testing. It is like widely used by most a professional, and not only professional and a student. Most widely using for exploitation is metasploit. Protocol analysis and network sniffing. For protocol analyzing and network sniffing, what are tools? Mostly we are using Wireshark. In the case of network sniffing, it is like mean we are watching data as it travels across a network. Protocols analysis is like understanding what that data is doing. Like we can think of it like listening to a conversation. We are listening to a conversation on a road to see that who is talking, so that and we will see who is talking and what they are saying, and if anything is looking suspicious there, like that, when in this protocol analysis network, they will be monitoring it. Is there any malicious activities, anything is running, who all are staying, who all are there, what are the communication happening in between internet's packets, what are the traveling packets traveling, everything. Wireshark is a tool which used to capture and analyze the network traffic in the real world. Like it lets us to see exactly what data is moving across the network. What are the data, what are the protocols moving across all the network. It will help us to see, like viewing live network traffic. Like it will show packets going between systems, and it will display sources, it will display destination and what are types of data are going. And also we can see who is communicating with whom. So find unencrypted sensitive data. Detects plain text passwords. It will show unencrypted logins like HTTP, FTP login, telnet, everything. helps to which will helps to us to identify the insecure protocols, everything. Then it detecting protocol weaknesses. These all are coming under Wireshark. What are the uses of Wireshark? It will find outdated or weak protocols, and it will identify any improper configuration is happened. This will helps the network to improve its security. And also it will identify suspicious activities. It will detect if any unusual traffic pattern, or if every time a usual traffic pattern is going through and suddenly an unusual traffic patterns happen, it will able to identify it. It will find possible attacks like scans, flood, data leaks, and these will all helps to spot a potential intrusion between them. In the protocols, there are 3000 plus network protocols are there. FTP, HTTP, HTTPS, SMTP, HTTPS, Telnet. There are like so many protocols, and these works across different environment like LAN environment, WAN, wireless environment. There are so many environments. This is working at different environments. It's like very flexible and powerful. Why I'm telling you this, why Wireshark is important? It's essential for penetration testers and network defenders. It will help to understand how attacks happen on a network, and also it is used for troubleshooting and security investigations. We can use that for security investigations, everything. Active Directory and lateral movement tools. Active Directory, AD, you can shoot from it used to be AD. Active Directory, it is like a centralized system by Microsoft. You used to manage users, computers, and permissions in an organizational network. It is a centralized system which we can manage users. We can manage through that computers. We can manage the permissions, who all have access permissions, everything in an organization's network. Right? It decides who can log in, what they can access, what they are allowed to do, everything. In so many organizations, Active Directory controls user accounts, then passwords, permissions, and it will like some kind of access to systems, everything. After breaking into one machine, attackers often try to move across the network. Once they got access to one machine, breaking into one machine, they will move across the network to reach important systems in that network, in an organization, inside that organization, that network, like domain controllers system. So this movement is called a lateral movement. Once gaining access to a machine, they will move across the networks to get something important. We can think of it like entering one office room, and then they using keys found from that office room to open more rooms, like that. Blood Hunt, it's a tool that draws a map of Active Directory permissions and relation. It will draw a map. What are the permissions? What are the relations to Active Directory? As all map, all structure map, it will be given. It shows who can access what inside the organization. But what Red Hunt helps, like it will find privilege escalation path. It will show how a low-level user can eventually become an admin. Then it will make complex AD relationships easy to understand. using some kind of graphs, everything. Impact. Impact is like collection of tools used to interact with the network protocols like SMB, Kerberos. These like network protocols. It is like it helps to interact with these protocols. Impact is not just a tool; it's a collection of tools. It helps testers to talk to Windows system. The same way attackers do. Attackers Windows side their communication similar to that. It will help the testers to talk to the Windows system, like testing weak authentication, simulating credential misuse, checking trust issues between systems, everything. Lateral movement. Why these tools matter? Lateral movement means it is like moving, as we told, it's like moving from one compromised system to another. Like they will be using stolen credentials or any privileges. After that, they will slowly they will reach high value from small value target. They will be reaching to high value target. This is like more real attacks don't stop at one time. Mostly the real attackers, they will try to gain more access. They won't stop in one place. They will aim for sensitive services or data. So this tool helps testers to understand the real risk in an organization. Why security team use these tools like to they used to identify AD configuration and abusing of privilege escalation, and like to stop attackers from moving inside the freely moving inside the network, everything. Password cracking and credential harvesting. For passwords and credentials are the keys to a system. When we can try to crack the passwords and credentials. It will be the best and easy way to get into it. So attackers often try to steal, or they also try to crack the password instead of hacking the system directly. They will try to steal the password so that they don't need to hack to the system directly. If an attacker gets credential, how much access they can give? If an attacker gets this credential, they will get more accesses without any hacking or anything. They can get like for this mostly testers and also attackers, they are using the tools like John the Ripper and Hashcat. And John the Ripper and Hashcat are both password testing tools. They test how strong or weak the passwords are. So how they work is like systems, they will store passwords as hashed. Hashed means some kind of scrambled values. So these tools will try many password combinations to gain that. The weak password, poor password policies, reused passwords, everything. Like just we are putting in an admin password like password 123, admin 123, everything like that. Mimikatz. Mimikatz is a post exploitation tool which used for gaining access to the Windows system. Like we can say, it extracts password and login credentials from the memory. Maybe we will be using some kind of password you already used one time, so they will try to catch it from that memory and they will try to reuse it. They will retrieve plain text password if available. They will retrieve that plain text passwords, NTLM hashes, password hashes. Then they will show that what credential an attacker could steal from the compromised compromised machine. What are the informations or credentials attacker can steal from the machine they already compromised? Why credential harvesting dangerous is, once attacker get credentials, then they can log in as a real user. They can move to other systems, like which is lateral movement. They can escalate the privilege to admin or root access, and they can access the sensitive informations, everything. Protocols commonly targeted in network penetration testing is network protocol, rules that computers use to talk each other. In penetration testing, there are so many protocols that checks more carefully because they are commonly abused by attackers. TCP/IP suits, it is like basic communication system of internet and networks. In HTTP for web traffic, 445 SMB they used for file sharing, 3389 it is RDP, remote desktop access. Why attackers target these? They are often exposed. These ports will be often exposed, and weak configuration can also easily access. SMB, server message block. It is also like used to file and printer sharing in Windows Network. They used for printer sharing and file. It will also allow file access between systems, weak SMB settings can, which will expose more sensitive data, often some used for lateral movement. LDAP and CARPOS, it is like user authentication protocols for Active Directory, for user authentication, permission management. LDAP, it stores information about users, groups, computers. CARPOS, it is like handling secure login and authentications, everything. And HTTPS, used for website and web applications, or allows users to access web page. When we are using a browser to, when we are loading, it will become HTTP or HTTP, secure and HTTP. Web apps are commonly attack targets mostly, so the APIs may also can expose sensitive data, etc. So web proxies, using web proxies, interceptors, we can check vulnerabilities like authentication issues, data leak, input validation, etc. These protocols matters more because they are widely used, and they are often they are exposed to internet network. Small kind of misconfigurations can lead to big security issues. And these all are my penetration testing deep dive. So next time when we can go with an hands-on, our time is so limit. And if you have any queries or anything, you can go through this WhatsApp group, and you can, this is a company, our company WhatsApp group. You can go through this WhatsApp group. And this is all for today. Thank you so much.